Welcome to week 3 of our Gomukhasana series, where we have 5 new things for you to do all week, preparing you for Gomukhasana. Now, last week we focused on the pelvis a little bit more, and this week we'll focus a little bit more attention on the shoulders. Number 1 is another shoulder observation, so let's get right into it. So begin in your Tadasana, doing whatever you do to get into it. Notice how that feels. And then let everything go. Just relax, let everything go. And bring your attention to your head first. So notice if you're tilting to the left, to the right, forward, back. Where are you holding your head in space? And you may need a mirror for this. Next, collarbones. See if they're sticking out. Can you see them in the mirror? The only reason you want to be able to see your collarbones is if you're a model and you're on a shoot and you want to look thinner. Otherwise, we don't want that. That's just going to give us pain and suffering. So, then you go to your shoulders and notice, is one elevated, one depressed, is one rolling forward? That on to what we learned last week about our pelvis. Is there some sort of balancing act happening? For example, if you tend to turn your right foot out a little bit, very common, pelvis turns to the right. Very often, the right shoulder is going to roll forward in response, and then your body's going to be balanced off because body says, I don't want to fall. Letting go of the judgments you might have with a little bit more understanding and compassion that your body's trying to help. Using whatever tools it's got and taking that off of your mat. How do you live your life? Just using whatever tools that you have, and then you get more tools, and then you have more options. So now coming back into your Tadasana and doing a little bit more focus on the upper body, instead of just rolling the shoulder back, inhale, lengthen both sides of your waistline. Create that space and then allow the collarbones to broaden and the shoulder blades to come onto your back without trying to adjust for, oh, my left shoulder, my right shoulder. Just do that to start. And then re-look at yourself in the mirror and then see if there's any other adjustments that you'd like to make. Imprint that. Remember that. And you can do that throughout the rest of the day, every day of the week, and see how it becomes a habit. You just keep doing it. Find your old pattern, go back to the new one. Have fun with it. Number 2, we'll stretch your lats and armpits and can help show up which is your more flexible side. Instead of trying to push your tighter side to match, restrict your more flexible side, and that will keep your front ribs parallel to the floor. Then place a mat folded up on the chair seat so you won't slide around. Then bring your elbows to the edge of the chair seat, shoulder width apart, clasp your hands, and walk your feet back or knees back until they're underneath your hips. So you're in one straight line. Dig your elbows down into the chair seat, feeling the arm bones lift, shoulders broaden, and then pull your heart through towards the floor. Move your hips straight back to lengthen your spine. Press your tailbone slightly toward the floor and move your outer upper arms towards the floor. If this hurts your shoulders, back out, then squeeze your elbow tips towards each other energetically as you go back in. Don't let your rib cage sag towards the floor. Instead, draw your front lower rib cage upward. Hold for at least 30 seconds. Number 3 is another rhomboid strengthener, similar to what we did in week number 1. Begin in Sukhasana, an easy cross-legged position. Stretch your arms out in front of you and make fists with your hands. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and then come back to neutral. And keep going, doing that 10 times. You're going to do 3 sets, and you're going to, halfway in between, change the cross of your leg. Number 4 stretches the anterior deltoid muscles, these guys here, as well as the chest and shoulders, and stretches and releases tension in the hips and in the inner thighs, and works on strengthening your core and back muscles. So let's get into the legs first, Baddhakonasana, bound angle pose. So the general shape is you're going to bring your legs in front of you, soles of the feet together, knees wide, like so. So I'll show you what can happen if you're tight in your hips. You may find that you just are rolling your low back like this. And what you need to do is take the top rim of your pelvis forward, but that might not be available to you. It just might not work. See this great example? So what you do, sit on a block or 2 blocks or however many props, whatever props you've got, and then you may find, next step, bow forwards, pull out the flesh of your glutes, both sides, and then sit up, low back muscles here go up and in, and you lift your spine. And you're spreading the inner thighs from the inner groin to the inner knee. Don't worry about them going down. They'll go down once they get that length. Or, you wait a lot of years. And then we can do the upper body. So now bring just your right hand, the palm, is going to go to your low back, fingers face down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So keep the spine in neutral. And then exhale, bring that right elbow in towards the midline. Inhale, come back to neutral. So you're just drawing that right elbow in towards the center of the body more and back to center. 2 things can happen as you keep doing this. 1, the right shoulder can lift up. You don't want that. You want to keep it down. And then the other thing is you think you're moving by turning the waist. That's not what we're going for here. So keep everything still except that arm. You're going to do 3 sets, 10 times each. And then go over to the left side. Left hand on your low back, fingers face down. And again, the breathing, you want to breathe. If you forget the breathing, just breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow towards the spine. And then back to neutral. And again, that's 10 times, 3 sets. Thirdly, bring both hands to your low back. And then bring the elbows in towards each other and then away from each other. And notice if you start rolling backwards, keep those low back muscles working so we're strengthening the spine at the same time. We're doing all this opening in the inner thighs and the hips and the anterior deltoids in the chest. And again, 10 reps, 30 sets of that. Number 5 is said to help with digestion, relieving stress and anxiety, detoxifying the body, strengthening the spine, as well as improving focus and stamina. It can also be used for relieving backache and sciatic pain if done properly. Ardha Matsyendrasana If your hips are tight, you may need a blanket or a block or both, multiple. Start with your legs stretched out in front of you, Dandasana, hands on the floor by your hips, flat or fingertips, and pull your low back muscles up and in. And then if you find that you can even take your hand to your low back, and if your bones are sticking out, your back is rounding, that's telling you, oh, I need to prop myself up on something. And then you'll notice that your pelvis will then roll forwards and you'll be great. So, first thing, one leg straight, one leg bent. Keep your left leg straight. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. And again, keep those low back muscles moving up and in. And then cross right foot over left leg. So if you're sitting, that, cross over. If you are sitting, before you go any further, you'll notice you got to really lift up on that left kneecap so you don't hyperextend. Okay. Right hand comes behind you. Inhale, left arm up, and then twist to the right. Bring your left hand to the outside of the right leg. Belly and heart turn. If you're a little more flexible, then bring your outer left elbow to your outer right thigh. I know it's like Twister. It's fun, right? So your hand is facing outward, like you're saying stop. And then roll both shoulders open, root down through your sitting bones, lift through your spine. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you twist deeper, maybe not. To come out, inhale and twist. And then going to the other side, left foot crosses over the outer right thigh. Left hand on the floor, or you might need a block behind you, so you don't want to lean back. Right hand to the outer left thigh. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. And maybe you're taking this right outer elbow to the outer thigh. And then inhale, untwist. You've held both sides for 30 seconds. 2 bent legs. This may be a little too challenging for you. Bend the left knee. You can do it later if it's too hard today. Bring that right heel to the outer left hip. Left heel, outer right hip. Cross, right foot over outer left thigh. And then hands are the same. Right hand behind you. Left hand to the front of that right leg. Shoulders back. And optionally, you bring that elbow in front, like so. And then going to the other side. Legs stretch out, bend right knee, right heel, outer left hip, right leg crosses over, and then left hand behind, right hand, outer left thigh, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. The belly and the heart are leading this, not the head. Optionally adding that right elbow to the outer left thigh. Inhale, untwist, and stretch your legs out. Dandasana, again, holding each side for at least 30 seconds. So do each of these 5 things at least once a day, and hopefully by the end of the week, you'll be feeling better in your shoulders. If you like this video, please support my channel by subscribing today. And remember to like this video. That lets me know I'm doing a good job. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Namaste.